Hello, I'm Ethan McCaffrey, and this is Move Me Poetry for November 5th, 2021. The word is curl. The winner is Kevin DeLaney at KP Della. Music is composed and performed by the narrator. Subterranean Fahrenheit. She asked me about the sound of flowers opening, not the smell, the sound of the opening. The smell is what everyone's expecting. But she said the beauty is in the sound of the opening and closing and opening and closing. And she said, it's not really silence. It's just that no one's listening. And the momentary glistening is just the rain caught in the certain angle of the light from the ever-moving sun that's blistering. And she wondered, what would the sun sound like, aside from its dull sizzle of its daily drone, drowned out by the moan of precipitation's drizzle? She got lost, and we'd flounder in her mind as it wandered. Sometimes I'd snap myself back like a photograph, just so I could watch her chisel. And then she said, we're just water and light, merely the moist drops on the milkiest thistle. We're just you and I, a bottomless abyss of you and I. We don't have to make a sound tonight. And then she whispered a story about the smell of time, something she read in a book one night, about another planet and other lifetimes, as if the New York Times was just foreign language on paper, just jargon that didn't even rhyme. And she wondered what it would be like if we went there when we died. And she wondered if we go anywhere when we die. Maybe we just stay here and exist with different eyes. Not all of us, just her and I. She always brought it back to that, to us, as if she was trying to keep warm, as if she were trying to prevent some oncoming storm. Sometimes we get caught in the forlorn. It can get so dizzy being born. But if we're not busy being born, we're surely dying. Or maybe we're already dead. She said, it's all right, and pulled a camera from cavern between us. And she held the lens out in front of us, in the front of the room. And I'll never forget the way she said, let's watch us develop. Let's watch us bloom. And then she pressed the button, and camera clicked, and she laughed as the picture fell and slid through the crank and crack. And we waited in a tiny, darker shade of blue, not quite the darkest room. And then she took a sip of her water while we waited, as if our haven was already jaded. The half-melted ice cube made wimpy clank like hapless tap on heaven's door. Against side of her glass, and still caught in a laugh, some water escaped down her chin. And I met it with my fingers, the dewy drop as it ran, the dewy sin, ready to begin and never stop. With my other hand between the gaps, days like that should last and last and last. And suddenly the photograph began to yellow and cud right before us, as if we were never even there all.